All right. All right. So sorry about that. Um, sorry about those technical difficulties. Somebody was curious as to what I was doing, and so we're back on track here. And anyways, so yeah. One time in the middle of us playing Go Fish, she that young girl goes to her room or to the bathroom or whatever, and I think it was just the vibes that I felt coming from her cellular memory, as Betty Edie talks about, because in the midst of her casually walking to her room or the bathroom, I stopped. I immediately jumped up like a rabbit, quickly ran over and stopped right in front of her, right in front of her tracks, and grabbed her by her wrist. Both my hands, I grabbed both of her wrists. She had her clothes on and I had my clothes on, but I straight up dry humped her while we were both standing up, and she goes like this. She goes like this, Cody, don't. And then I sat back down. But I think that is definitely true what Betty Edie talks about when she talks about cellular memory. And I think that the same vibes that Stacey Rambold felt with Charisse Morales, I have felt with a girl that was 50% Mexican. And so when that judge said that Charisse was older than her chronological age, that is definitely true. Although I don't agree with. I mean, if he would have married her, there wouldn't have been any problems with anybody. Okay, but like I said before, Americans just common sense is dying out in America, and that's one thing I'm helping to bring back is just exactly just that is common sense, and you know, and I'm trying to think. So out of all the states, no, oh yeah, I do want to mention this. Now the father, I know he brought her over to play these games with me. Okay, I know that for a fact, and so. He's all playing this push-pull concept of seduction. She's all playing this push-pull concept with seduction. And but he was like a pot dealer. Now, when you go back to that other scene in this soap opera of when I was at the Rainbow Gathering, and I met this girl about 6 years old who was part Idaho, part Oregon girl. In all these places, Oregon, Idaho, Montana, those three areas have Oregon and the city of Helena, Montana, and the institutions in Montana have the highest percentage rates of sex offenders around. Oregon is at the top of the list. They have the most sex offenders. Now, there is a book called Do What You Are. It says that people develop certain parts of their personality at certain stages of their life. So, for instance, some people develop their intuition because there's four different stages of developing your personality type. Now, the one that I remember is intuition. So you can either develop your intuition the first, the first, second, third, or final fourth stage, and in Oregon It's the number 2 top state to have the most of what's called extrovert intuitive feeler perceivers. And Montana is the number 1 state to have the most introvert intuitive feeler perceivers that are the assertive kind, as the website called 16personalities.com talks about. Now, I am pretty sure that that girl I met who was from Rogers, Arkansas, I'm pretty sure she was an extrovert intuitive feeler perceiver. I know the introverted kind of that personality to a T, just like a chess player knows a certain opening in chess to a T that he's been around for a while. And my dad, my brother, and my sister, and my grandpa have that personality, and I know it to a T. They love to have others take control. I found a book on Amazon just about a few years back called Missoula Rape Culture, and then I think they changed the name to Missoula Rape and Justice in a College Town. But yeah, I know that personality. They love to have other people take control. They love to get fucked in the ass, no matter how old they are and no matter how old their partner is. And if you ask me, the introverted version of the personality type and the extroverted one, I believe, without even looking it up, I can almost guarantee you this right now, they must develop their intuition from the very first stage of out of all the different stages of their personality. And because I've watched a YouTube video about debating about child marriage. And this one person brought up something that I kind of had a vague understanding about, even though I had a little bit of experience with it. He talked about how older males can feel aroused while being around certain young females below the age of 18. And so I know that has to be the case in Oregon and in Montana, where they have the highest percentage rate of sex offenders around. Okay, everybody wants to log these people up. I've seen this YouTube video where it was court ordered for this rapist to have his balls physically removed, not just chemically castrated, because they said that if he took testosterone supplements that could counteract the chemical castration, but they didn't even do that. They said they were going to completely remove both of his balls. And I'm gonna have to find that video again, because I don't care what anybody's done. I mean I don't agree with what he did specifically, but it's still, dude, you don't have the right to tell somebody they have to have their balls cut off. I don't care what they've done, dude. Okay, this is a bigger problem than people realize, okay? Because knowledge about relationships, critical thinking knowledge, this knowledge was all withheld from schools. And they teach you irrelevant bullshit in schools too, okay? And then when these adult males do what they do, and then they get locked up, because the government, they indirectly and very subtly create. They are the root core cause of this problem. And then once they cause these problems, then they'll offer solutions to this problem, and that's how they're going to try to bring the mark of the beast too. That's a different subject at that too. They'll create terrorism and then try to justify bringing in a more surveillance state because they say it's for more protection. You see the point I'm making? You know, that dude that raped that one girl that got pregnant and now he's locked up for the rest of his life. He shouldn't be locked up for the rest of his life, for one thing. Okay. Second of all, no one have the right to remove anybody's balls. I don't give a fuck what they did. Okay, because first of all, when you learn how much jobs are for losers, houses and vehicles are liabilities, the education system was a total scam